Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. There's a lot of information to cover from CitizenCon, but I want to start off with a new concept ship they released. It is the Spirit. There's three variants. There's a cargo, a bomber, and a VIP escort. We'll take a quick look at it now. Just quickly before we kick off, there were some errors to the spec sheet, which was updated yesterday. The spec sheet incorrectly said that the A1, that's the bomber version, had 48 SCUs of cargo. That is incorrect. It is the C1, which is the cargo variant, which had that. Also, the cargo variant was listed as saying it has two size 3 bombs. That is incorrect. It is the bomber, which has bombs, obviously. I don't know how this slipped through, but that was corrected yesterday. Now you can see cargo. They don't have anything announced yet. The ships are still in development, so I don't expect too many changes. Expect changes to what you see here. This is no way finalized, especially the size of the ship itself. Lots of questions right now on Spectrum asking how big this is and what can fit in there. We'll get there in a second. But there we go with updated specs to the spec sheet, which is now being updated. So if you only saw this 2 days ago, go by, check it again. It has the more accurate numbers in there. All right, looking down, we'll begin with the C1 because that's what we're on. So this is essentially a I don't want to say a replacement for, but an alternate to the Cutlass Black. And I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of the Mass Effect genre, Mass Effect game. And this ship is a baby Normandy to me. And I think it's absolutely beautiful in its design. Sarah, who was the original concept artist for the Mercury Star Runner, really set the tone for what the Crusader ships look like. And they followed those design cues with this. And it looks absolutely beautiful. So beginning with some pictures here, you can see, we'll get back to this a bit to the end, but I don't think you can fit anything too big through that opening back there. Is the rock too high? It's possible. Definitely any of the smaller vehicles and the hoverbikes, definitely you can fit in there. But I'm also questioning what can fit through that because it looks pretty low. Going the next image over there, we can see the size 3 tractor beam doing its work. So when cargo refactor comes in, tractor beams are important for loading and possibly unloading, but here we have an image of it in space, grabbing some cargo which has been lost, pulling it into the cargo hold, and that's going to be one of the selling features. Here we have a beautiful shot from the back showing all the engines working, totally getting Normandy vibes. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite new ship out there, and it's shooting the Cutlass. Now, the Cutlass Black, if you're new to the game, is one of the must-have go-to ships as you upgrade from the basic starter ship like the Aurora. The Cutlass Black is always the next in line. It's a medium fighter, medium freight. It does everything well. So bringing in this as an alternate to it, I like it. Not everyone is for the Drake aesthetic. A lot of people do like the Mercury Star Runner and that aesthetic, and this is what we have over here. That's why I'm a fan, but also it's only a $10 upgrade. If you do have a Cutlass Black already, a $10 CCU, that's a cross-chassis upgrade, for $10 gets you the new ship. So I think that's a great deal personally, and I did that on my account. Let's take a look at what we have going over here. The previous sales pages have always been a lot fancier. I can't help but feel this has been kind of the back burner for so long that they didn't really bother putting too much into it. Checking quickly on how the sales did. We'll get to this image in a second. I'm just curious to know because they didn't really seem to put too much oomph and excitement into this ship sale. Where was the fancy ad for it or the video really pumping it up? They didn't have any of that. Just here's the ship. It's in concept. Take it or leave it. The price was right. I was in Discord. I was in the YouTube. I was streaming live and I was asking chat. I said, hey, chat, what do you think this is going to be selling for? And chat was guessing 2, 3. We had a couple of guesses, 4, 5, 600. And the price came out that the C1 is $100. War bond, 110 if you're not using cash. That is priced towards the low end, and so a lot of people are very happy about that. So looking at how that's sold, we'll get to you in a second. So here we go. Looks like $3.5 million in sales for that and the new little buggy they made. So not a bad weekend. This 3.5 is a lot, but in terms of what they've done previous Citizen Cons, it's really nothing. So looking at the rest of the pictures here, I think we've seen all of those ones. Yes, we have. There was a question I saw many people asking about, is there a bed? And yes, there is. If you take a look at the front end over there, right above my head, right there, that is a bunk. So yes, there will be a bed in this, making this pretty much an equivalent or a side grade to the Cutlass Black, in my opinion. You are losing the unmanned turret. There's no manned turret here, but that we're talking on the C1 anyway. So it is a bit of a side grade, but it is one I definitely do like. Technical specs, we saw that there's an S3 tractor beam, 48 SCUs, this is okay. 2 size 1 shields and a crew of 2. And down to the prices, here we go, $100 for the C1 Spirit standalone. Standalone means you do not get the game with this. You're just buying the ship. So if you're new and you buy this, you don't get Star Citizen, you just get in a ship. That's what standalone means. And $100. As far as Star Citizen ships go, not bad. I like it. And I'm definitely a big fan of the paint. There's a gold and black paint in there also, which I do like. So let's take a look now at the next variant, which was the bomber variant. Now, last year already, they were looking to make a single-seater bomber, so I guess they settled on this, and they went about the right way. I think if you're going to make a bomber ship, create some variants to it. So a cargo variant and a VIP. We'll talk about that in a second. Variant also. I like it. I like it a lot. So right now, the only way to really bomb things is with a giant size 10 bombs in a ship that is very expensive. So this does bring bombing runs down in price to more people, and that is very cool, the way the bombs drop from the bottom there. Again, total Normandy vibes. I love it. It really looks good. I couldn't decide between which variant, because the C2, I mean the cargo variant, the C1, as cargo, I think I'll use it the most as like more of a daily driver. How much will I use a bomber? I don't know, but I got it anyway, just to be safe. And are these the same images? No, these are different. All right, so that definitely does look very, very sleek. I love the looks of it. I like the sleek lines of it. This design definitely speaks more to me. I love my Drake ships, but definitely runner-up over there. Here I have an image of all the bombs in the cargo hold, which will just drop down. That looks very cool. I can see you standing there as they drop off and just watch them go. They look very cool. And next image over here, we have the bombs dropping, and then flight, we've seen that one over too. As far as armaments go, 2 size 2s in the wings, 2 size 2s in the nose, and this one does have a remote turret, so your bomber does have a turret, and 10 size 5 bombs. So that is pretty cool, and black for the paint job. Now this is the most expensive one. It comes in at $155. Let's go look now at the Spirit, which is the executive transport model. So right now in the game, we don't have these missions, VIP transport missions, in at all. But when they do come in, how it'll work basically the same as with the box delivery missions. There'll be an NPC saying, I need transport from this place to this place. There might be a time you have to go within. There might be, or maybe you get paid better the faster you go. So there'll be a need for fast, small ships. So why not use your 890 jump? Why not use your 600? There may be gas plants, maybe gravity wells. There could be things which will require a smaller ship to go through. That's where this comes in. Now, we don't have the game loops in. We don't know exactly how it's going to work. But if you played Elite Dangerous, you know how that's going to work. There's going to be an NPC to pick up. You have to take them to a certain place. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So, yeah, look, I'm not into the VIP transport thing, but it's definitely an interesting game loop. I think a lot of people will enjoy playing Space Uber. Now, I want to get into some of the questions people are asking on the Q&A, which is currently out. And let's go down to the most popular question, which is a secondary entrance being included in design, or will it be ramp only? Easy answer for this: no, there will not be a secondary entrance to it, because you don't need one. Take a look at the size of the ship. Let me just remove the camera over there. Like, oh, there we go. The thing is sized pretty close at the moment anyway. It may grow in size as they do sometimes during the concept phase. But right now, it's between the Freelancer and the Cutlass Black. So do you need a separate entrance for the Cutlass Black? I just go through the back all the time. I know it sounds dirty. But same with the Freelancer, and I think it's pretty much the same with what will be the Spirit. It's just through the back. I don't see a room. I don't see ladders in the current images. But hey, that may change. We don't know. But at the moment, no, I don't think we do see a separate entrance come into that. 48 ACUs for all. Yeah, I don't see that as a problem. Oh, that's the error. Yes, they corrected that. We just covered that in the beginning. Does the Spirit have a bed anywhere? Yes, indeed. And I showed you right over there. But I'm just touching it right there. That looks like a bunk. So yes, they do have beds for bed log-off. Very important, as we've learned. Will there be a variant of shower and toilet? Maybe I don't see them having space for it, but maybe the VIP Transport one does manage to squeeze one in somewhere. Can the tractor beam mount be swapped out for a remote turret? No, it won't. They just want it to be for cargo and not for combat. Will the C1 be able to fit ground vehicles like the Rock, Cyclone, Cutlass Black? It looks lower, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the overhead does look a lot lower. Difficult to tell from this image, but yeah, I don't know. I think they'll keep it low like that for the... They're trying to create enough variation in there that they'll force you to use other ships, so I'm not going to hold my breath for that. Is living quarters since it's a cutty competitor? No. Well, there's a bunk, but as far as living, I mean, if you want like a TV room and a chessboard, no, it does not have one. Is it modular? No, it is not. What does it fit in? What fits in it? Yeah, I guess it doesn't fit into much stuff, and not much stuff fits in it either. Is the ship going to keep track with the nice high-speed capabilities of a Crusader stuff? Yes, this does look like it's going to be. Well, look at the design. It's sleek. You can only imagine it's going to be faster in atmosphere than the Freelancer and the Cutlass Black. What is the timeline for release? That was my top question. I would assume that because they have a lot of the Crusader template down, not too long. I think they can whip this together pretty fast, and by fast I say within a year. The lack of actual any video, any kind of promotional material along with it lets me think that they don't have too much going. I mean, obviously the model is there, but not much more than that. So yeah, don't hold your breath, but within the year. Does the E1 passenger variant have a separate VIP toilet bathroom? It should. I think it should. Does it have a secondary entrance? No, it does not. What docking capabilities does it have? No, it does not have any. The Bomb A1 variant has found a round additional roof with specs not showing the scanner. Oh, yeah, it does. Don't see it in this picture, but yeah, I mean, I guess the Mercury Star on it has that kind of setup, so maybe they have something similar to that. Let's just do one more question over here. The ship looks almost stealthy. Will the spread have lower EM and IR signature than the Cutlass? So it definitely will have a lower profile, a lower cross section. As for the rest, we don't know, but as far as cross sections goes, I think it would. But as far as being completely stealthy, no, just a lower cross section. That is what I'm thinking in my opinion. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Are you going to do the upgrade from the Cutlass Black to the C1 Spirit for $10? I like it. I did. But I'm still a big fan of the Corsair Drake. Looking forward to that coming out. Let me know what you've done. And with that, let's sign off. Don't forget to subscribe. Your comments below appreciated. And I'll come back with more insight and thoughts about the recent CitizenCon. Stay tuned.